Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka Be Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend. And today's video is all about my latest obsession, which is a foundation obsession. And it's by MAC, and it's called Studio Fix Soft Matte Foundation Stick. So I'm gonna show you guys how I like to wear it for like everyday skin, and just how I like to kick it up a notch just to really enhance my natural features. But before we get started, you know what to do. What are we sipping on today? Well, take a look. All right, so this is what we're sipping on today. Skinos. I bought this liqueur when I was in Greece. So it has like a hint of maple, mint, even kind of herbal, lime, and ginger ale. So I'm drinking out of my favorite mug today. There's ice in here. I'm gonna make the drink for you guys in person. So I'm gonna start with some limes. So I love a good lime moment. We'll just drop that one in. And I'm gonna squeeze in 2 more limes. And then we're gonna add the Skinos. There's no name for this drink, I just like the way it tastes. So Skinos. Yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah. And we're gonna do a splash of ginger ale for flavor. Boop. There we go. I'm just joking. We're gonna add a little bit more ginger ale, perfect. And then we're gonna stir. And our drink is ready. Let's get this makeup started. Let's sip and get started. All right, so, wow, that's a little bit stronger than I expected. But, so I already have my brows on and a little lip conditioner. Lips look real hydrated. And to get started, I'm gonna start with Fix Plus. I love Fix Plus. I actually like to do a little bit of a cocktail with Fix Plus. So I'll take this, do a few drops of essential oils, and active softening lotion, shake it up, mix it together. And I love to have a good mist moment and never missed out on a good opportunity to really press in moisture into my skin. So I'm just gonna continue to mist. Perfect. And I'm gonna press it in. Then I'm gonna do an eye cream. One of my personal favorite eye creams. It stays in my makeup bag for on the go. Vibrancy Eye by MAC. It's a Lightful C. It has a little bit of vitamin C in it, and it just really makes me look real nice and bright. In my other tutorials, I've used it as well, and I just really love it. So a pinch of roux on my ring finger. We're gonna warm it up. We're gonna start right in the inner part of the eye. We're gonna take it, we're gonna pull through, and we're gonna lift. Take a moment just to really work this in, because this is what's gonna give us a little bit of vibrancy underneath the under eye area, and it's gonna make our under eye area look a little bit firmer, smoother, tighter, all that great jazz. And who doesn't like to look firm, smooth, and tight? Next step, Skin Refine Zone. It's like a powder, but in a liquid tube. So I'm gonna use this in my hot spots just to mattify myself. So a dollop of Do You, bloop. I'm hoarse, sorry. A dollop of Do You, bloop. So I'm gonna start in the center, and I'm just gonna pull this through my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and through here to minimize texture. Look at that. Now that's a sippable moment. That's how I like to prime my skin. All right, so let's kick it off. Here is the Studio Soft Matte Foundation Stick. One, I love it because it's a stick. Because it's so convenient, it sticks into anything. Your purse, your gym bag, your briefcase, fellas. So I'm gonna take this in my color. It's NC50, and I'm just gonna do a couple of swatches. So I'm just gonna perfect my skin first. 3 swatches. I'm gonna use a nice fluffy brush. This is the 159 by MAC. And I'm gonna take that with a little bit of Fix Plus on top. Just gonna dampen the brush a little. And we're gonna go side to side and just start to buff and blend. More like a sweeping motion, actually. I'm stopping right underneath here because I want a little bit of my skin exposed. We're gonna go back to brighten and conceal. But I want it to look really natural and authentic, so I'm not gonna take it all the way up to my lash line. Okay, first of all, look at how smooth that is. Not to mention, because it's a stick, you can even use it for spot correcting. So I could take my finger, I could dab it on right here, just if I need a little bit more coverage. It's really portable and multifunctional. Go back with a little bit more, and we're just gonna blend that out. It blends out nicely. So the finish is kind of a velvety matte finish, not overly dewy, not too mattifying, but it looks like good skin. Ow. Perfect. And we're gonna do this on the forehead as well. So because it's a stick, how easy is this, right? Boom. Sweeping motion, side to side. Nothing like a good versatile stick. You can use it for concealer, you can use it for foundation, spot concealing, all that jazz. How do I look? I like it. So let's take a real quick sip and then we're gonna go and brighten, okay? Next up, I'm gonna take NW35. It's a lighter shade in a warmer tone, which I like because the warmth is gonna cancel out the shadow that exists through here. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna make just a small little V. Ooh, baby, that is light. It looks lighter than how it's gonna blend out, but it's bright enough and warm enough to color correct for me. So we're gonna do that. I do just a pinch down the bridge of my nose. Same brush. Here I'm gonna start by pressing because I'm gonna brighten through the center. And then we can use sweeping motions through the high planes. Still slightly stopping underneath the bottom lash line so that way it doesn't look so makeup-y. See the difference? Next step is contour, but before we do that, let's take a little quick sip. This is really stronger than I expected. But it's so tasty too. All right, so I'm not trying to have this highlight and contour on my face be seen from outer space using Google Earth. I still want it to be a little unclockable. So with that being said, I'm utilizing NC60 in the foundation. It's darker than my natural complexion, but it's going to give me the depth and the darkness that I need to contour, but I still kept it cool because, again, I like shadows that exist naturally in the skin. So the coolness of this is gonna look like it's coming from within. So I'm gonna take the stick and I'm gonna find my hollow, right? So I'm just gonna take it and use the side of the stick to layer on the color. Also being mindful that I don't really want my contour to extend past the corner of my eye, just so that way I don't make it too overly structured. I'm gonna use a flat top brush. This is the MAC 109 with a little bit of Fix Plus. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna use the side of the brush to begin to move it around and then use the flat top of the brush to buff and blend. I like it. It looks natural, right? Even take a smaller brush, grab a little bit of the NC60, and if I really just kind of want to give my nose a little bit of a zhuzh, I could just paint in a little bit of shadow on the side. Nothing too crazy, because again, I'm not trying to look like I went to see the plastic surgeon. I just want to look like I was born this way. What do we think? We're liking it so far? I'm gonna take a little bit more NC50 and just go slightly underneath the contour, just to kind of clean it up some. Perfect. Kick it up a notch, just to the center with a little bit more brightness. What I like about the foundation is it doesn't necessarily require powder. I'm gonna powder just a pinch on my forehead. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more radiance into my skin as well, because I really like to look glowy. I feel like it makes you look really youthful. So before I powder, guess what time it is? So I'm gonna take my brush, my powder. This is our Pro Longwear Pressed Powder. It's nice and long wearing and velvety as well, so not super matte. And I'm just gonna go through just the hot spots with a little bit of powder so nothing moves. And then one of my favorite tips I'm gonna teach you guys, you ready for it? Is Natural Radiance, which is a fantastic primer. It helps to control oil but add hydration, but it gives the skin beautiful radiance. Take a pinch of that. Back of your hand. Grab your finger and tap it in. So it sits on the skin beautiful and gives the skin a beautiful radiance. And I'm good. So you know what to do. This is the final product using the Studio Fix Soft Matte Foundation Stick by MAC. I love this. Tell me what you think. Drop me a comment. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe. And until then, love you lots. Cheers.